this is Jane Talbot, and for today's adventure I have been doing some offline research for my new story. So the story is complete in my head, and what's really important for me right now is to anchor that story into a particular location. And by anchoring it, it means I can see that place in my head, I can feel the place, and that brings the story easily to life for me. I have already selected a place before the story came to mind. I was pulled to a particular location that had a story hidden in it, and the location is a place called Murlough Bay. So the story is going to be called The Merrow of Murlough Bay. Murlough Bay is a place from which you can see the Mull of Kintyre in Scotland, you can see Rathlin Island, and you can see the Scottish islands of Islay and Jura. It's a spooky place, actually. The last time I was there, it was the time of the Venus transit. Unfortunately, I arrived to view the transit 24 hours early, but thank goodness I did, because the sky was clear. I arrived at about 3:30 in the morning and saw the sun rise over the Scottish skyline. It was absolutely incredible, really haunting. And I wanted to write a story about this place for a while. So I have been looking at maps to find place names that might deserve a mention. And I've been reading this book here, volume 2 by the Moyle Shaw. And actually, it's quite a difficult read. It's a rambling read. Whoever wrote it threw everything they knew about the area onto the paper, sometimes reeling off lists of people who lived at a certain time. It's a really dense patchwork quilt of a book, but it gives me some really useful information to work with. So, for example, it tells me that the fish that were caught in Murlough Bay, so it's a rich area for fishing at a certain time, the two main types of fish were Glashan and Lythe. I'd never heard of Glashan and Lythe. Glashan is the local name for a fish called the coalfish. Never heard of that either. The coalfish is called the coalfish, does what it says on the tin, because it's black. Lythe is the local name for pollock. So that's something that's going to be useful for me. I know the kind of birds and wildlife in the area. I know now that there were mines in the area and lime kilns too. And I know that there are names for rocks in the sea. Yeah, now that's going to be really useful to me. And that there is a dilapidated church. The grounds of that church hold the remains somewhere of a saint, and the clay around the area of the church is supposed to be magical and healing. I mean, if you think about that place, it's already got magic in it. All I have to do now is work some of that magic into my own story, and my intention sometime over the next couple of days is to go back to Murlough Bay, to feel its atmosphere, to take some pictures of the place and the sights. There was also a pilgrimage route that passed that way, and to maybe visit some of those spots too, so that I know when I'm locating the action, they're like hot spots. They've already got magic there, so use the magic that's already available, and the local readers, so people who are reading the story from this part of the world, it will light up a chain that really roots the story in their very bones. See you tomorrow.